In a world where survival seemed trapped in routine, who was the one who looked beyond the horizon, imagined a better way, and reshaped the destiny of the tribe? 10 million years ago, Aquarius was not only the sign of ideas and innovation, they were the one who envisioned the visionary of the tribe. The tribe lived as they always had. Hunters sharpened spears of wood gatherers, picked the same roots and berries. Fires were struck from stones each night. The people repeated the same rituals season after season because repetition was safe. No one questioned whether there could be another way. But Aquarius was restless. Their eyes lingered too long on the flow of rivers, on the swirl of wind, on the stars wheeling overhead. Their mind burned with questions. Why not carry fire instead of starting it new? Why not carve stone sharper than bone? Why not trap fish instead of waiting for them? The tribe called these questions foolish. Aquarius could not stop asking. At first, their visions looked like madness. They tied vines together, weaving patterns no one understood. They chipped stones until their hands bled, producing shapes others called useless. They stared at embers for hours, muttering about ways to keep them alive. The tribe mocked quietly dreamer, waster of time. But Aquarius smiled even through the laughter, because inside they knew someday one of these dreams would matter. Hunger came first. The river, once abundant, grew quiet. Spears pierced the water, but returned empty. Days passed. Bellies shrank, whispers of despair grew louder. Children cried at night, their mothers helpless. Warriors cursed the river as if anger would make the fish return. That was when Aquarius stepped forward. They lifted a strange creation woven from vines and branches, knots tangled in careful patterns. Laughter burst from some. This net looked fragile, ridiculous. But Aquarius waded into the shallows, dragged it through the current, and hauled it up. Water streamed, and with it silver bodies flailed and glittered in the sun. Dozens of fish slapped against the woven strands. The tribe gasped, children shouted, elders touched their lips in disbelief. In that instant, doubt itself became food, and the people saw that vision could feed them as surely as strength. But Aquarius's mind did not rest. Soon they began to stack stones into lines, binding them with vines. For what the tribe asked, Aquarius pointed to the forest where predators prowled unseen. To keep them out. The others scoffed, no wall could stop fangs. Still Aquarius labored. Days turned to nights, hands blistered back aching, yet they kept stacking stone. Some called them obsessed, some shook their heads and walked away. Aquarius only whispered, "One day you will understand." That day came sooner than anyone wished. The night was thick, moonless, and from the trees came snarls, low, guttural, growing louder. Eyes glowed like fireflies, dozens circling the camp. Fear spread like wildfire. Mothers clutched their children. Warriors raised trembling spears. Then the beasts charged. They slammed against the walls Aquarius had built, claws scraping teeth, gnashing. The stones shook, but did not fall. The sharpened stakes drove them back. The predators roared in frustration, circling, but the barrier held. The tribe huddled together, hearts pounding, until the creatures slunk back into the darkness. Silence hung for a moment, and then a cry of triumph broke through. The wall once mocked had become their shield. Laughter had turned into awe, and vision had turned into survival. But Aquarius's greatest test came with rain. A storm rolled in fierce and unyielding. Wind howled, rain slashed, and the fire sputtered before dying. The tribe shivered in darkness, cold, biting into their bones. Without fire, there would be no warmth, no food, no safety. Despair swept through them like a second storm. Some began to whisper, "It is over." Aquarius did not move with the others. They crouched by the ashes, searching with trembling hands. Beneath the soaked wood, a single ember glowed faintly red as a heartbeat. They cupped it gently, shielding it from the rain, and found a hollow stone. Placing the ember inside, they leaned close, their breath steady despite the storm. For hours they sat hunched, rain soaking their hair, lips blue, fingers numb, never letting go. Until at last the ember flared, caught the kindling, and fire leapt back to life. Sparks danced, warmth poured into the camp, and the tribe stared as though they had witnessed magic. From the edge of despair, light had been born again. Still, this path was lonely. For every idea that worked, many failed. Aquarius bore the sting of ridicule, the sighs of those who thought them strange. Nights alone by unfinished tools, staring at stars no one else cared to read. Sometimes the weight of solitude pressed harder than any stone wall, and yet the spark inside them never dimmed. Each failure was fuel, each doubt a challenge. They could not stop imagining. Slowly the tribe began to understand, not just when Aquarius succeeded, but when they dared to try. Because invention gave them more than survival. It gave them vision. Fire could be carried, water could be stored, fish could be trapped, walls could hold back teeth and claws. The world was not fixed, it could be reshaped. And once the tribe learned this, they were no longer prisoners of routine. They were architects of their future. If you are an Aquarius today, perhaps you know this feeling. The restless mind, the endless ideas, the frustration of being misunderstood, the sting of laughter when no one believes, the ache of standing apart, always ahead, never fully belonging. But just as it was in the tribe, this is not weakness, this is your strength. The world does not grow without dreamers who dare to make their visions real. The tribe does not survive. without the one who sees what does not yet exist. Life, 10 million years ago, was merciless. Aries may have fought, Taurus may have guarded Gemini, may have connected Cancer, may have nurtured Leo, may have led Virgo, may have healed Libra, may have balanced Scorpio, may have strategized Sagittarius, may have explored Capricorn, may have built, but Aquarius envisioned. Aquarius invented, Aquarius created. Because Aquarius looked further, the tribe moved forward. Because Aquarius refused to accept the world as it was, humanity discovered what it could become. So when you look at the stars, when you see the constellation of Aquarius pouring its eternal water into the night, remember this truth. Long before science, long before invention, long before humanity shaped the future with machines and cities, your spirit had already taken its place. You were there weaving vines into nets, stacking stones into walls, protecting embers in the storm. You were the visionary of the tribe,